it's Lesley from the Lesley Waters Cook School. I'm going to make one of my favourite Easter cakes, and this is a rhubarb polenta cake. It's absolutely delicious. You can serve it for a pudding, have it with thick Dorset cream, have it with custard, ice cream. And the great thing about it is it's got no flour in it, so if someone's got a gluten problem, they can enjoy it as well. Alright, get the biggest bowl possible. I'm doing everything by hand here, quite old-fashioned, it's lovely. Softened unsalted butter. Into that I'm going to add some caster sugar and just beat that together until it's nice and creamy. And that will just take a few minutes. Obviously you can do the whole thing in the food processor really easily, just by hitting the switch. Right, once it looks really nice and white and creamy, just like that, you then want to crack your eggs into a bowl, and let's have a look at some of the other ingredients that we're using. We've got polenta here, which I've mixed with some baking powder. Alright, so this is just dry polenta maize, okay? Get your eggs, beat them together, and then just gradually add your eggs in. Now you can do this cake all through the seasons. So in the autumn you can do it with apples and pears. In the winter you can do it with dried fruits. In the spring you can do it with rhubarb. In the summer you can do it with nectarines and blueberries. So you can change it all through the year. And it's really easy to make. And it keeps for at least 5 days in the fridge. It reheats, it even freezes, so it's a really easy one. Now I'm going to be using ground almonds, but you could whiz up walnuts if you wanted to, especially in the autumn, or hazelnuts. You'd have to whiz those up yourself until they look like ground almonds. So you can even change the nut that you use. So I'm just gradually adding the egg in.
Does it ever split, that mix?
It does split sometimes, but it doesn't matter. It's fine when it splits. I often wonder why people make such a big deal out of cake mixture when it splits a little, because as long as you don't add the egg too quick, the mix seems to make a huge amount of difference. And you can see that's quite happy. Last bit going in. Looking good. And now that's ready to have all the other ingredients in, but one very important ingredient which is going to give it a lot of flavour, and that is grated zest of a couple of oranges. So once again, you know, through the year in the summer you could do lime zest, yeah, or lemon zest. Winter and spring, I think orange is lovely. Okay, so grate it in, don't go down too deep, otherwise you'll get the pith and it will taste bitter, which you don't want. So that's one. And I've even done this with grapefruit. Okay, so you can mess around with it, which is really nice. Okay, so think about it, actually in autumn what would be really nice is plums. Really, really lovely. Okay, so this is now ready. Oh, just get in that bowl. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Okay, don't throw these away because you're going to use them later on and squeeze all the juice from them. When the cake comes out of the oven, you just pour that all over the top. Oh, my word. That smells incredible. Right, so last couple of things going in. Polenta with the baking powder. All right, that just goes straight in. And the almonds going in there. And then just mix it together. Oh, I could just eat that like that. Bad girl. Bad girl. Right, ready. So, big tip, get your cake tin ready. A spring form is a good idea, okay? And then, before you start spreading the mixture out, you want to dollop, and I've lined it with some baking parchment, you want to dollop the mixture into the cake tin and put it all in there first. So don't start spreading the mixture out immediately. Dollop it all in first, don't waste any. Get it all into the centre of your cake tin. Like that. And once you've done that, you then ease it out. So all into the middle first. And then ease it out from the centre. Try not to push it up the sides of the tin. So ease from the centre. And it will, you don't have to get it absolutely flat because it will find its own way in life in the oven. Okay, so if it was plums, I put them cut side down, nectarines cut side down, blueberries, scatter them over the top. But if you've got rhubarb, what I think is really nice is if you kind of do like spokes. Okay, and you can just press those in. You can do slightly smaller ones. We've just made one actually and done the spokes slightly smaller. So it's up to you what you do. Keep going all the way around on the spokes of a wheel. And you want to push it into the mixture, not too much, just a wee bit. Final thing I'm going to do, just before it goes into the oven, grab a handful of sugar and just scatter that over the top because the rhubarb is quite sharp, so you need a little bit of sugar there into the oven. Okay, so this has had about 45 minutes, anything sort of from 45 to 50 minutes, gas mark 5, 180 degrees Celsius. When it comes out, here it is, looking gorgeous and lovely. What you want to do is those oranges that you zested, you want to squeeze out the juice. And then you just want to take that juice and just pour it all over the top of the cake. And it kind of does that. Sorry about sound effects. And then just let it sit for about 20 minutes and then you can go around with a knife and take it out of its tin. It's really great warm, served with Greek yogurt or thick Dorset cream or ice cream. It's really good cold, you know, with a cup of tea. And it's just a fantastic pudding cake or a tea time cake.